Okay, all right. Let's see if we're let's get rid of this right here. Oh, that was a good picture too. I liked it. Damn. That's what happens. Restarting the stream. We'll do the morning show like normal now. I remember when we were doing the old school ComicsGate or morning show things, and it would always kind of go buggy like this. That's why. That's why we can't keep doing it. We can't have nice things anymore. We can't go low tech. When we go low tech, bad things happen, and then everybody complains, and it's a miserable experience, except for the part where I sing the butter song, and people do like the butter song. But yeah, it is Russian hackers. I suggest we do blame Russian hackers. Let's see, I'm going to invite some people in. Let's go the opposite direction and actually get some comics gators in here. Yeah, I don't like that dude. Sorry about that. All right, let me see what else is going on here. Pop this in here. Let's get this guy in here. Let me see who else we can get in here. All right, let's get maybe, we haven't talked to Ben Hennessy in a long time. We'll invite him in here as well. Ben Hennessy probably has some stories to tell.
With Hennessy.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good, brother. What's going on?
Good. All right, so I always count on Antonio to come in here. It's awesome. We were doing I'm still inviting people. Let me see, Doug Tenaple. It's still early though. By the way, I'm going out I'm going to go out in like an hour. I'm going to go to American Eagle Outfitters here. I'm going to walk there. I love this camo hat that I'm wearing every day now. I have a bunch of baseball caps. I don't know if you've seen it, Antonio. Have you seen my stylish camouflage baseball cap?
I have not, sir. I have not. I saw the Ouija board thing, but no.
Well, the Ouija board hat was one thing, but I have a camouflage baseball cap, and it fits my head so good, and I like it a lot. I think it really looks good on me. And so I think I'm going to go out. I got it at American Eagle Outfitters. They had a whole stack of like hats, different colored hats that fit the same way. They're the same kind of style of baseball cap. The problem with baseball caps is that when you have a watermelon shaped head like I do, please show Ethan what? Please show my hat. No, Burton Stacy says, but it's ugly. I don't think it's ugly. I think it looks good. I like my baseball cap. Did Auntie Andrea pick it out? No, she didn't. I came home with it, and she said, "Oh, that looks good on your head." I believe her. I don't believe you guys. Burton Stacy the third. I don't believe you. I believe Andrea when she says it looks good on my head. And Ethan is a redneck confirmed. I don't know about if I'm a redneck. I lived in Charlotte, North Carolina for 7 years. I was none too comfortable with the other rednecks.
Did you ever run into Ric Flair while you were in Charlotte? Woo!
I never ran into Ric Flair. I feel like I've missed out somehow.
Yeah, I like to meet Ric Flair. I like him.
Yeah. Lama Gigante says Andrea might be jibing you.
Who uses that word in the jive turkey?
Jive talking. She's telling me lies. Well, I disagree. I think it looks good on me, and I'm going to go out and I'm going to get more hats in various styles. And I want a Trump hat. I want a hat, not a Make America Great Again hat, even though I have one of those. I just don't wear it because it was signed by the God Emperor himself, and so it's wrapped in plastic and it's hidden away. But I'm going to get Trump wears a white baseball cap with an American flag on it. And I'm going to get one of those. I told Andrew, I was like, we're going to stop. I'm going to go get some baseball caps, and then we're going to go to Brooks Brothers, and I'm going to get some more clothes. I want to get some polos like Trump would wear. And, just, I don't know, old man clothes. I want to get old man clothes. She's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I don't know. I feel like an old man. Burton Stacy the third, thanks for $10. Here, use this to buy you a better looking hat. Thank you very much. Yeah. Well, listen, it is going to be a better looking. I'll get a bunch of different hats. Teresa the kid says, oh my God, you got a signature? Of course I did. Yeah, the white USA one. It just has an American flag on it. And House Bell says, Uncle Ethan thinks he's Trump. LOL. No, I think I'm Ethan Van Sciver, but you know, I don't know. I like his old man style.
It's
I want
Van Scriver, sir. It's Van Scriver.
to Van Sciver, Van Scrivener.
Ah.
Oh yeah, they have Keep America Great hats now. KAG, Keep CAG. I don't know if that's going to catch on. Keep America Great. I'm not sure about that. I don't know how that slogan's going to do. But you know, what'd be funny is if the Democrats said "Make America Great Again" for 2020. Like if that became their campaign slogan, like "Get this guy out of here, make America great again." That would be pretty fun. That would be very clever. That'd be 3D chess.
Mm.
Emery Calame says Ethan has tattoos like a redneck. Well, a lot of people have tattoos. Doug Tenaple, hey, I sent you the link, Doug. Why don't you come in here? If you're in the chat, why don't you do some work? Join us. Oh, Ben Hennessy's here. Welcome, Ben.
Hey, fellas.
All right.
Yeah.
A shot of Hennessy.
A little too early for me, but if you guys are rolling that way, I'll join you.
Yeah, not for me. Listen, I'm having a 7 and 7. I've been up since 11 p.m. yesterday, so this is basically, what time is it? It's 10 hours later, so it's cocktail hour really for me. You know what I mean? Yeah. It feels kind of nice.
You
7 and 7.
Yeah, well, you need it, man. But you did a great job on that debate. I mean, that was amazing. It was awesome.
Did you listen to it?
The whole thing.
Yeah, me too. That was great.
Well, thank you. What was your favorite part of it?
Well, I mean, it was just very telling how, you know, it was a like you said, a shadow box against somebody that wasn't there. You know, it really, you know, and at every point you made, he would not address the point. You know, I mean, you really had to pin him down. You know, the fact that it is a consumer movement. It was, yeah. I mean, it was just really telling how empty the arguments are on the other side versus where we're at.
Yeah, you know, I felt like that. I felt like he conceded most of my points. You know, if he wants to argue that Vox Dei is a horrible person, I'm just going to sit back and let him. It's kind of like one of your enemies showing up and he wants to fight you, but first he's going to kick the ass of your other enemy. I mean, it's like, well, let me put down a picnic blanket here and break out a sandwich, a little couple of beers, and just watch this go down. And that's kind of what I was like. I was just like, dude, you're preaching to the choir, but go ahead, you know, say what you want to say about Vox Dei. And then when you feel like coming back to us and what we're talking about, what ComicsGate stands for, you have absolutely no argument. And for the most part, you agree with us. And of course you do.
Right.
Because ComicsGate is a just movement. And I think that what happened last night was beneficial to everyone in the ComicsGate community. I mean, we were validated by one of the biggest trolls on Twitter. I mean, this guy's an anti-ComicsGate, big time SJW troll who goes around making Gators' lives miserable. He does a cartoon making fun of ComicsGators. But what exactly is his problem? Does he just not like the personalities involved with ComicsGate? Because he couldn't come up with a coherent, cogent argument against the principles of ComicsGate last night.
Yeah, that was weird. Yeah, he was following. I didn't know he was actually following me on Twitter. I was like, oh my God, who is this guy? And I had to block him. I put the blocks on his ass. I was like, oh no.
Oh, he's doing research for his silly comic strips. So, Mr. V, thanks for $2. Ethan is hunting rabbits. No, you know, I've got a rabbit upstairs named Vanilla Bean, and had him since 2010. Andrea adopted this bunny. Well, this bunny belonged to me, you know, my first marriage. So I brought this bunny into our new marriage. And you know, she adopted this rabbit. We've got, you know, this bunny's 8 years old. And I think this bunny is going to live to be 14 because I'm feeding it kale every single day. Vanilla Bean eats kale and he likes it. It's good for him. Like Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
You feeding him hippie food?
Yeah. Bunnies like that stuff. He eats
yeah.
rabbit food too, but I mean, you know, you give him some leafy greens every now and then. You don't want to give him too many or they get wet tail. It's when it's basically diarrhea for bunnies. So you don't want to do that, but you do want to give them a little leafy green every now and then. It's a nice treat. And, you know, makes them kind of do they do that little binky in the air. That's when they jump up in the air and kick their feet out. They get very happy. So
you kind of got me laughing because I started thinking like I used to go visit my cousin in the hood and like they had like dogs and stuff. But I know a lot of black folks, man, we be feeding our dogs like soul food. They be eating like neck bones and collard greens and stuff like that. I mean, like, it's not dog food. They be feeding them like fat back and you know. I mean, like, what is this? The dog
that's being good to a dog. You know, I had a Great Dane and we were raw feeding this Great Dane.
Wow.
That was great. The Great Dane loved it, like raw meat. You know, if somebody hit a deer, somebody like in my neighborhood in Charlotte, like somebody would hit a deer and then everybody would know about it. And then, you know, my ex-wife would like cut that deer up with her friend next door and then they would feed our dogs. It smelled horrible. I was like, enough of it. I'm kicking all of you out of here. And that's what I did eventually. You know, it's like no more raw meat, no more cutting up roadkill, no more dog with a bloody maw. Get all of this out of here. It's time for a nice civil life with my beautiful Italian wife, Andrea, where, you know, there's no more raw feeding. We just have a little bunny. That's all, you know. Yeah. Green Man, thanks for $2. What is this about a pedo comic he did? Yeah. Well, he does a comic book called Clarissa, and he's very proud of it. He spoke about it a little bit last night. He told me not to bring it up, and I agreed that I would not bring it up. But somebody in the chat did. His book Clarissa is about a little, I think she's 10 years old. And the whole punchline of the cartoon is that her dad is raping her. And that's the ongoing quote unquote joke of the comic strip. They'll be having a Thanksgiving dinner and all talking about what they're grateful for in one of the strips. And the last panel is this little tiny girl with her like pigtails and everything going, you all want me to pretend that daddy didn't fuck me last night. That's what the comic strip is. It is degenerate. I mean, I honestly, he's like, you know, everyone who, like, all these abuse victims are thanking me for it. What? Everyone always says that. They're like, oh, all victims of abuse are thanking me for the cartoon that's making fun of abuse, child abuse. I doubt that. You'd have to be pretty weird to.
He's proud of his writing. Why didn't he want you to talk about it?
Because he knew I was going to spin it to cast aspersions on him, which I have no need of. I don't need to do that. To me, that's a cheap shot. I don't, you know, in the middle of a debate about ComicsGate, I don't need to disqualify him based on like, hey, you're not qualified to criticize this movement because you do a comic strip that I think is disgusting. That's a cheap shot. That's an SJW tactic. To me, I'm an open book, and I'm like, no, you tell me your criticism. What do you find wrong about ComicsGate, and let me answer it. And if I don't have an answer for it, I need to think about it so that, you know, I have a concrete answer for that in the future. He didn't have anything like that for me. There was never a point where I was stumped about anything he was asking. Most of these people have some bad presuppositions about what ComicsGate is and what it means. His initial idea was nothing that you're doing is going to fix the mainstream. And I was like, that's not, I don't care. Like, that's not you think we're here to fix Marvel and DC? We're not. That's up to them. We're here to,
all of us have LCS options. Everybody on the you know, has a low cost option to, you know, for bulk or going into LCSs after the campaigns. That's always been the plan.
Of course, you know, hopefully, you know, unless we face interference. Right. But in any case, you know, as I think Diversity in Comics did a great video one time that was based on a conversation we had. And the video was called like, local comic shops, comics retailers, we love you, but we don't need you. And that was a pretty harsh thing to say, but it's a way of saying, look, you know, it would be great if we could play this ball game with you and you can benefit from our success too. But we don't need to. Like, you know, if you cut us off, we'll still thrive. We don't need to be a part of the comic book industry the way it is now because we're building up a new industry. And that, you know, that shocked him. Like, what do you mean? Why do you criticize Marvel and DC if you're not here to help? If you're not here to fix it?
Right.
And how could we possibly? He's like, Joe Quesada came in and spoke to you. Like, first of all, not to sound conceited, but I could talk to Joe Quesada if I want to. It's not a big. I've known him since 1996. Right. You know, it's not like I've never spoken to Joe Quesada before. And Joe Quesada talking is not a rare opportunity for me. And I don't like. It wasn't my chance to say, Joe, fix Marvel. Joe came in to heckle ComicsGate.
Right.
He came in to heckle ComicsGate. It wasn't a chance to speak to him and try to get him to understand our point of view. He came in to basically agree with and add his name to the roster of professionals who denounce ComicsGate and what it stands for. But it's, of course they do. It would be stupid for him not to denounce ComicsGate. We are criticizing everything that his company is doing.
Right.
So it's disingenuous for this guy to think, hey, you had a chance to speak to him about your concerns. He doesn't care about our concerns, and I don't expect him to care about our concerns. What ComicsGate needs to do is just proceed in our business strategy, our plan, our methodology, building up our brand, building up our customer base and succeeding, and then criticizing Marvel and DC with our YouTube channels. And if they want to change, they can change. If they don't, they cannot. They can either want our success or not. And that's up to them. And of course, that is certainly dependent on the success that we are granted from our fan base. So that's it's highly dependent on that, because if our fans go away, then look, it's over, game over. So at the same time, at no point was it my ambition to change or control or fix mainstream comics at all.
Right. I think, I've heard that too, where they're like, wow, their mainstream comics are engaging with you. No, they're not engaging. They were casting aspersions to hundreds of thousands of people. That's very different.
Yeah, that's correct. That's all they were doing. By the way, SeedFan85, what are your opinions on manga and anime as compared to comics and derivative animated works? I admire manga. I admire anime. I'm not a fan of it. What do you want to add something? Do you have thoughts on? Are either of you guys fans?
Oh, I love manga. I love manga.
And anime for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, love that stuff. That's a lot of the stuff that people are seeing in brand is definitely like like manga, anime influence. That's where the mass comes from. I've talked about this there was an old cartoon, Ronin Warriors. I think it's called Super Samurai Troopers, I think, over in Japan. But I love that. And that was kind of I wanted the guy to power up, and obviously like Dragon Ball Z, all that kind of stuff. So it kind of influenced.
Yeah, me too.
Hey, welcome Doug Tenaple, by the way. Doug Tenaple, we got Ben Hennessy back in here with us.
I know, Ben, you're back.
I missed you, man.
I missed you too, man. It's so good to see you.
You too. Congratulations on all
your came up from the bunker.
I did. Yeah, just been doing a lot of writing and getting some things organized. But yeah.
Ben, do you want to talk about what happened to you, or no? Is it too raw?
No, I can, and thank you. In a nutshell, what had happened was, through my oldest daughter, who's not an adult, we received a death threat and pictures. She received pictures from the Holocaust. They said that the guy referenced ComicsGate. He referenced me. That's how my daughter came into the room. And then my ex-wife called me and said, what's ComicsGate? What is all this? And it became a real big problem for my family. It was very scary for my wife and daughters. It was very hurtful. We engaged law enforcement and our legal team. The long story, all's well that ends well now. But this was as a direct result, I feel, absolutely, because the guy referenced ComicsGate on Twitter and said the industry pros have said we're alt-right. Where would you get that? Frank Cho wrote that online. Anyway, that's what happened. I know a lot of people. You too, Ethan, have gotten this a lot over the years, but it was really new and shocking to my family. That's for sure.
Yeah, when it happens to you the first time, it is unsettling, and you do need to kind of make sure that your family's protected. You need to gauge the
threat,
the validity of the threat. I don't blame you for doing what you did.
In Ben's case, yours went a little bit beyond just a verbal threat. There was other corroborating evidence that something
the guy
had been actionable. So
the guy, he was definitely unhinged, a deranged individual. That's what happens when you words have meaning, action have consequences. If you label a whole group Nazis, my grandfather fought Nazis, I'd fight real Nazis. When you say that about people, real repercussions happen.
This wasn't your normal run-of-the-mill death threat.
Well, no. Not like some guy to me, like, hey, man, I'm going to take you in the ring. Let's box. I'm going to kill you. No, it wasn't anything like that. It was to my little girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really rough, man. It is scary. It does make you feel unsafe, and I don't blame you for doing what you did. And I hope you're back.
I am. Thanks, man. Thanks. Yep. All my kids have no public social media now. We've done that as a family, and all of mine is really just for work. Honestly, we had to change that as a family.
Lycan 645, thanks for £4.99. More POC controversy for the new Hellboy movie. Second time lucky sending super chat from previous live stream. POC controversy for the new Hellboy movie. Let me look into that. I don't know what you're referring to. So let me look into that, and if it needs a video, I'll make it.
Yeah, I'd like to hear that, Ethan, because I haven't heard the controversy, but I'm such a huge. I mean, Hellboy is sacred to me, and I'm really scared about the new movie. I just hope.
Really?
Yeah,
I like the way he looks.
No, I like it too. I'm just saying it's whatever the controversy is that makes my hair stand up, because I'm waiting for that shoe to fall where in today's culture where it's going to be politicized or something. That's going to drive me nuts.
They love that. They love that. SeedFan85 also says, Ethan, do you have any tips on how to keep on working on a story when your enthusiasm is reduced? Take a break. For God's sake. Go outside, take a break. You don't have to force yourself through something. There are times where you just hit a brick wall, and with creativity, you need to take a moment. You need to go do something fun and come back to it when you're ready to come back to it. I mean, especially when you don't have any set deadlines like you would at the big two.
I also look at stuff that's way better than mine, and that might discourage some people, but I look at something that's way better than mine, and I try and deconstruct it. Like, what is this doing to my emotions that's making it work? And and sometimes you can get a little formula and go, wow, if I apply this to my stuff, I can get my audience to feel this way. And then you might get inspired again to go, oh, I'm going to do something to my audience. And that might build up, re-inspire you.
I'm a fan of putting my writings in a drawer for 2 to 6 months, and then definitely, my first draft, go back to some other writings, and then, reevaluate what I wrote and say, wow, that really sucked, Benny, or that was pretty good. Let's explore that and move forward. That's what I do.
That's good advice. What about you, Antonio? Do you have any suggestions?
I don't know. I like to start with like my basic premise, but then a lot of times I like to create free form, like in the moment, like in the mornings, like right now, like say when we go off stream, I'll sit there and I'll just start just kind of, I'm getting ideas in my head now, different things I'd like to add and stuff,
But what if you get, what the question is like, what if you get kind of, you ever hit a brick wall and like you've lost your enthusiasm? And what do you do to fight through that, or to, you know what I mean?
Well, it's okay. So there have been based on where I started with brand and where it is now, I've changed a couple of things just because as it went forward, it just wasn't working for me the same way, and I didn't see it the same way. And so sometimes you have to, you shouldn't be afraid to scrap ideas that aren't working for the story, but I think the things that I've changed have made it better, and hopefully the fans will appreciate it.
I'm sure they will. Every morning I think about every day I think about what I'm going to do tomorrow. And that really helps. It's like getting through today is one thing, but I mean, I have this excitement about, hey, tomorrow's thing is going to be way cool. I got to plan what I'm going to do tomorrow. And that really helps me get through. I don't know. It just helps me stay buzzed, stay excited. Warren JB, thanks for £5. Just finished watching the latest Ricada Law debate. It was both glorious and cringy. Guess which sides exemplified each of those reactions. Well, I hope I did you guys proud. When you're debating on behalf of ComicsGate, it's a bigger responsibility than you want to think about, because, hey, if these guys, if my opponent loses and makes a fool of himself, then, well, he's just some dude who represents everyone else. That's kind of how they see it.
He has no skin in the game.
Yeah, if I make a fool of myself, I'm representing you guys, and I'm representing the movement, and it'll have longer kind of uncool ramifications. So I really hope I represented you guys well, and I hope that you are happy and proud of my performance. And it sounds like most of you are, so thank you. Brian Reck, $5. Do you find it hard to have social commentary in comics without heading into SJW territory? Do you think social commentary has a place in comics? Hey, Doug, what do you think of that?
Well, yes.
Do you find it difficult to have social commentary without becoming an SJW in your comics?
Yes. You have to be careful how you put social commentary in your work. It has to be organic and come out of the work and be authentic. And so true, if you ever look at any of the debates, say on this show, right, there's two sides to each thing. So the difference between propaganda and social commentary is when both sides are represented, usually that's more social commentary because you're giving an argument and a counter argument, whereas propaganda always buries the needle and goes, the good guys only agree with the writer and the bad guys are always, this wooden kind of, the straw man that we set up to knock down, isn't he evil? And that is more SJW to me, because I've never heard an SJW actually articulate my argument in any way that would be, I don't know about defensible, but just robust and actually say what I say. So a good example would be when you hear people talk about the gay marriage argument. I'm against gay marriage. And there's most guys here are for it. When a SJW says you're only against it because you hate gays, that is what I mean by that's a thin argument, as opposed to you have values or you have a different philosophy or you believe that those positions within marriage ought to be, one is for a man and one is for a woman. You may disagree with that, but at least I felt like you've heard me if you can repeat it back. So you'll never see that in their work, including a legitimate argument, say against environmentalism or against whatever it is, Kavanaugh, whatever it is they're pushing. That's the difference between propaganda and robust social commentary. I like reading robust social commentary. I mean, Planet of the Apes is robust social commentary in sci-fi. It's great.
Right. I agree. Hey, by the way, guys, I don't know if you realize this right now. Doug Tenaple is at $109,902. You're just you're less than $100 away from hitting 110.
Yeah.
Congratulations, man.
I'm excited, man. The backer's been good to me, but
I can't wait for the game.
Yeah, the game's coming.
Yeah, the game. That looked pretty good, what you tweeted out earlier.
I've been animating.
That's
animating. And I gotta get this done because I gotta get on the book. This is the thing, Ethan. You talk about wanting a game. You do not want a game.
Why? I don't want to make it. I just want to play it.
Right. No, I know. We want to play that game, but it is a ton of work. And we're putting out a really small demo. I mean, and it's going to be a ton of work just to get a playable tight demo. So I saw the game that the guy was doing of the Cyberfrog demo that he's working on for you. It looks fantastic.
It's so fun. I'm excited about it. To me, just having that kind of a video game, and it looks like something that would come out of an Xbox 360, which is my era. Yeah. I like it. I love the side scrolling beat 'em up. It makes me laugh. I don't know. I'm happy about it.
Yeah. I agree with the results of it's fun to have made a game, but the actual, because I'm just doing animation, right? Animation's easy. The programming side of designing a level and making it tight and entertaining someone where for 15 minutes they can play it and not get bored, that requires a ton of content and programming. That's stuff that Absolutely. I don't do.
I got something for you, Ethan. If you find a way to get skins for a video game, we could talk about that later. I have an MMORPG engine from the 90s, no, early 2000s. So it doesn't look
massive multiplayer online role-playing game. That's one of my favorite genres of video games.
Wow.
Yep, but you just need to buy the new skins because right now I have it as Ravage in a way, like a jungle, playable demo, but the graphics aren't great, right? Very Xbox 360, not today's graphics, but it's still fun to play. Pretty cool.
And you could take the 3D skin, Ethan, from the demo that the guy already did and apply it to Ben's engine, and it would work.
Right.
Really? Oh, yeah. That's so cool. I don't know anything about this. This is all alien to me. But yeah, that sounds awesome. I just want to play a really good Cyberfrog game. And this guy, I mean, the guy that's making the game that you're looking at now, he kind of scanned in one of my drawings and kind of made Cyberfrog stand up. So we got the proportions correct and everything. It looks like my character. And boy, do I like, he keeps sending me updated kind of videos. of his progress. I think he's trying to figure out how to make Cyberfrog die right now, like what Cyberfrog's death looks like. Yeah.
So hold on, back to Bigfoot Bill real quick, because I didn't finish that up.
Yeah.
At 110, I'm on, because I wanted to reward my original Indiegogo people with something kind of exclusive, right? So they got the game with the campaign, but I didn't open it up for the store, my in-demand Bigfoot Bill store, until 110,000 is when the game unlocks for everyone. So the game will unlock for all of the store also at 110, and we're only, I think, 3 backers away from that, and then everyone gets that. At 115, everyone in the store is going to get the other campaign goodies like the bomber patch and stuff like that, and postcards, so, and trading cards.
That's awesome.
So I'm opening up. I'm justifying the cost of mailing it to all those additional people in the store by having a store stretch goal, which is an experiment.
Hey, I put Bigfoot Bill, I put Brand, I put Kill All Men, all in the description. Let's do an old school. Let's do a little fundraiser and see if we can get these things to move a little bit. If you guys haven't backed, Bigfoot Bill, now's the chance to do it. The next couple of backers are going to push this thing over to $110,000. That is extremely exciting. That'll be fun to watch.
You're going to give the game to a few hundred people.
Amazing. Absolutely amazing. And of course, Brand by Antonio Bryce and Kanan White's at 46,367. I was bragging about you today.
I heard.
Yeah, I heard that this was burning, man.
Almost at 50. You're going to hit 50, bro.
Yeah, you're definitely going to hit 50, and that's neat. Ravage Kill All Men is just trailing behind you by a little bit, $45,981.
Look at that.
I mean, I remember when this thing was at, my God, I can't even remember when I had Chuck Dixon on and we kind of pushed this book for the first time.
It was less than 5 when you guys got on, and then within that day, it more than doubled.
Awesome.
Yeah, I remember that too. That's when I had you had Chuck on, and at that time I had I had Brand on Indiegogo for the first time, and we raised the $95. And I was just sitting there, and I kept looking. It was like 15,000, 20,000. I was like $95.
That is the power of ComicsGate. Let me read some of these super chats here. While I'm reading these super chats, if you guys in the chat, 755 people watching early this Saturday morning, I appreciate you guys. Love you guys. Would you please go check out the links in the description and go decide if you want to back one of these comics or all of these comics. There's some support behind our guests on the panel today. I'd certainly appreciate it, and it'd be fun to watch those numbers jump up this morning on this beautiful autumn. I love October. I'm so happy that it's October. Beautiful autumn morning. Let's see what's going on here. Any thoughts on the new extended Aquaman trailer? Asked Fedigator. Yeah, it looks great. I saw this one long extended shot of Mera running from laser blasts, and then Aquaman jumping off of a broken tower or something. It looked really, really good.
Yeah, I thought the new trailer was dope. I really dug that. I'm definitely gonna go check that one out. I'm not sure the Captain Marvel one. It kind of had a cringe factor. So the Aquaman is a definite maybe midnight premiere situation for me. Captain Marvel, probably check that out on video.
I like seeing the old costume, the orange and green. I like that.
I saw that, and I was like, okay, yeah.
Thank God they're doing that. I was worried that he was going to look like he did in the Justice League movie. It looked like garbage. I hated the Justice League movie.
Well, that first preview trailer for Aquaman was terrible.
Bro, fist Aquaman.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of liked it. I've been kind of surprised and impressed with Aquaman from what I've seen all along. I thought it was going to be a garbage movie.
Yeah, I did too.
I thought it was something they were going to be really embarrassed of, but it is. It's looking it's looking like it could kind of be a dark horse.
Yeah, they showed more human side of it this time with his birth and everything.
Right. Mm-hmm. I wonder what they're going to do with with Superman and Batman, the actors being changed out now with with the extended universe or the DC universe.
I have to say, I just don't care. I hate to say that. I feel beat up. I honestly feel abused by the last 3 movies. I just don't care. Wonder Woman was a great movie. I think Aquaman might be as good as Wonder Woman, but Justice League, Man of Steel, and Batman v Superman, just garbage. I mean, just garbage. And I I hate to say that. I really hate to say that. DC is my home team. I want them to win. I want them to succeed. They've been good to my family. I love those characters. But they're just awful movies that made me feel sad. And it's okay. We can take a break from all of that.
They could earn an audience back with one movie. They have to earn them back though, because they lost their own audience. They can earn them back with one movie.
I mean, Batman, Batman and Superman are really cool properties, though. I don't understand how you messed those up, though.
Well, I love the Dark Knight trilogy. I thought that was
definitely, But when they went off into that new direction, Batman versus Superman, all that, I just like.
Smith just did a really good talk about Superman and the Superman movies, saying, they really need to have always a Superman, at least a Superman and Batman movie, going. That's their big titles, and they're, reinterpreting everything. They should just make the regular characters, more like the Christopher Reeve Superman,
Yeah. By the way, 109,967, Doug Naples' Bigfoot Bill is now only $33 away from hitting that $110,000 mark.
Oh, we like round numbers.
Oh, I know we do. They're meaningless, but we do like them, don't we?
Yeah. And I've got the book it's clicking along well. I got my giant Moleskin size L3 11x17 sketchbook that I'm going to lay out the whole book in. It's ready to go. The actual team, by the way, has original members of Earthworm Jim on it. Wow. My backgrounder and programmer, Mark Lorenzen, who was one of the Telltale Games programmers who got canned when the whole company went under. He freed up because he originally turned the game down. And now he goes, I can do the game. And he is the best programmer / artist in the world I've ever known. And he's leading the project. So it's going to be good. We just got Tommy Tallarico agreed to do a song, who did the original music on Earthworm Jim, is going to do music for us. So, and I'm of course animating everything I can. So it's going to be a tight game, and the book is going to be even tighter.
I got to draw Bigfoot Bill. I want to draw him. I think he's a great looking character. Yeah. I brag about Bigfoot Bill all the time. I talked about him last night. Again, I'm proud of all my ComicsGate brothers and sisters. I'm proud of you guys. I really am. I'm proud of your projects. I'm proud of the kind of people that you are. I'm proud of how, when you really think about what it takes to kind of stand up and say, I'm ComicsGate in this environment.
Yeah. ComicsGate's where all the fun is in comics. It's where all the laughter is, where all the fun, ladies and gentlemen, are working. We're having a blast. I love
Absolutely.
Ideas, all these fresh ideas. And what I love, what's coming next year, I think, everybody's talking about crossovers and collaboration and, all the new stuff coming up. It's awesome.
I think that's going to be like wave 3. But I mean, Cyberfrog is going to do a crossover with the radioactive black belt hamsters.
It's
going to be fun. I might hire that one out. I don't know if I'm going to draw that myself or if I'm going to ask somebody else to draw it for me, but that kind of stuff is going to be fun, and we can do that with each other. I mean, we can kind of interact, and I would do a Bigfoot Bill crossover with Cyberfrog in a heartbeat.
We need to do a dedicated team, Ethan, of crossover guys. Like get these hammers that are laying around. We've got great artists and colorists and writers laying around people to work. Our Avengers. Get the lead from every book and put together this mutant group of misfits.
I'll write crossovers.
It'd be great.
Oh, you mean just do a single book that's like the Justice League of ComicsGate?
Yeah, create a whole series, but have a dedicated team of guys and do a separate raise for it and have it fly on its own. I think it'd be great.
Oh man, I love that.
That would be cool.
Get the leads.
Yeah, like we could have an event. We could have a crisis level event.
Yeah,
all of our characters team up.
Yeah. I was talking with Jack Irons about, the Immortal Man in the Land of Ravage, or Rags, Rags in the Land of Ravage, things like that, or the Protectory or the Lazarson, and anybody can use that'd be fun.
Yeah, I'd have. By the way, lead artist and let the lead writer, whoever they are, maybe Chuck or something, have them come in and do. They get to create the main bad guy. The main threat is going to be their contribution. And then they use all of our characters to have this big epic battle. I think it'd be huge.
Oh God, this is just. I mean, you know what? By next year we're going to be doing our own conventions. I can tell. By the end of next year, we'll be doing our own conventions, and ComicsGate live conventions and inviting people over. We'll have lots of books over. We'll have lots of new talent.
We just hit 110 on Bigfoot Bill, so that just paid for my flight to the convention.
Yay! Congrats.
Oh, thank you.
10,037. By the way, also let's congratulate Ben for Ravage Kill All Men. Just broke 46,022.
Hey!
Good job. Good
Thanks,
job.
everybody. Hey, can I say one other thing? Thank you, everybody, for reaching out when I was kind of going offline, deal with family stuff. I love you all. Love ComicsGate. Thanks, everybody.
Oh yeah. Chronicle Aria says, please don't be a Tanacon situation. No, I don't think we would be. I think we could get some good people to promote and put together this convention, and we'd have plenty of room for all of the fans to come. Here's the thing. I mean, I think we would have a pretty good attendance. I think, we could, we'd probably start small. Let's start in a small room or something like that, and let's see it build. Let's see how many people would come out to Texas or something like that, or to Philadelphia. I love the idea of everyone coming to Philadelphia. That's where I live.
Philadelphia and Nashville are pretty central.
Oh yeah.
I love Nashville.
Yeah,
I would take you guys on a tour of Philly. We would hang out. We'd have a great time. I'd take you to the Revolutionary War Museum. You can see George Washington's actual tent.
That sounds pretty cool.
I'd go for that. I'd go for that. And then
plus, I could get a real hoagie.
A panel with all of us at it and shoot it live. Do a live stream from a panel of us sitting at a table.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Maybe Philly and Nashville. Maybe we do two shows.
Ethan, are you coming to New York?
No, sir. Oh, that's Mike S. Miller's in here. What's up, Mike?
I'm in a cab on the way to the con.
I have no plans to come to New York Comic Con. I've got a lot of work to do. How is it? How is the show, Mike?
Ringing endorsement.
Yeah.
What's going on? Can you give us a report?
I've met quite a few comic skaters though. That's been cool.
Yeah.
They're the people that stop and want to talk for 20 minutes, half an hour, or whatever. It's cool. So that's been good. Oh, and I also got to Heritage Auctions is like right next to my booth. I'm upstairs, and so like I dropped off 14 pages and covers with them. So it might be my most lucrative con ever. I have no idea.
Really? Oh, I hope so. I wish you luck.
After it's back.
Have you had any trouble with the SJWs?
I have not thus far.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's good news.
No trouble from your fellow professionals?
No. Had a good talk with a few of them last night, and actually past couple days. So
good.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to get Marat Michaels on for the next Drawn and Quartered.
Oh, that'll be interesting. Yeah, I like Marat. I think he's a good artist, and he'd be fun to have on. I'm talking to Andrea. There's a possibility of me going up to meet you guys. Are you going to be there Sunday?
Yeah.
Sunday night?
We leave Monday.
Okay, good. There's a possibility that I might drive up there to get dinner and drinks with you guys. But again, it's just yeah, it's a little bit tricky right now. It's just a little bit tricky for a bunch of factors that I have not disclosed. They're personal. I'll tell you, Mike, I'll tell you in private, and I'll tell you guys in private.
You're not allowed in New York, are you? They banned you.
No.
All of New York.
I'm more than welcome in New York. Hey, Kanan White's here. That's totally awesome. What's up, Kanan? Critias is here.
What's going on, guys?
What's going on, boys?
How's everybody?
Good. We're having a great morning here. All right. How is Lone Star doing, by the way? I haven't looked at Lone Star in a while. Let me see. We got to do more of these. I don't know. I feel like I'm letting you guys down with the
That was a good debate last night.
Yes, man. Freaking pimp my Lone Star.
Yeah, I will. Lone Star's at $94,361. So you are just a little over $500 away, or $5,000 away from hitting that six figures, bitch. We want to make that happen. I'll put the link in the description, of course. Mike S. Miller on his way to New York City Comic Con on a Saturday. So, I mean, honestly, today should be the day, right? I mean,
I hope so. I mean, I'm not in Artist Alley, so I'm at the Hot Flips booth upstairs from Artist Alley, like directly upstairs from Artist Alley. But it's not, it's not like my usual booth in the Exhibitor area. And then on the flip side, I'm not getting the amount of commissions I would get in Artist Alley. So, but
were you just late getting a table into Artist Alley?
Dude, Artist Alley sucked so bad last year. I didn't even bother trying this year. And then, the Hot Flips guys, then they moved it to a better location. Thanks. But the Hot Flips guys are my neighbors in San Diego. And so they're just like, hey, you want a table at New York? And I'm like, sure. So I don't have to pay for my table, which is a bonus.
That's a good thing.
What are the buyers like in New York compared to San Diego? Are they there to buy or are they there to look?
Oh, well, a couple years ago, it was my best freaking show of the year.
I heard that from a couple of years ago past. It was always a hot convention, which I always avoided, but it was hot.
But last year, so they like tore down the building it used to be in. So last year they shoved it in some freaking basement. They had the air conditioner turned off because it was so overcrowded in there. The fire marshal was trying to get people to leave. It was just miserable, and sales were just crap. So that's why I didn't bother trying this year. But hey, free table.
Good today, though.
Yeah, and I've always wanted to the exhibitor area. But I think if I wanted to do like I do at a normal show, I need like a full corner with my freaking 13-foot tall insane banner and all that stuff. But
yeah, we're talking. I mean, Mike, it's going to get to the point probably next year where we're going to have to do ComicsGate convention, ComicsGate Con, I'm thinking.
I'm just saying that we want to make sure everybody that goes there has content.
Well, that's why it should be next year, next November, October.
By the way, that's the only convention I would go to besides San Diego is a comics.
Yeah, but Doug, you're not going to have your book done.
Mine?
Yeah.
Dude, I'm gonna have probably 3 Bigfoot Bill books done by then.
Sure.
Yeah, dude, I pound. Pound.
Why don't you put some effort into it instead?
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna try. I'm working hard. Cecil's
well, Mike.
Cecil.
There. Hi, Cecil.
Hello.
Yes.
Let me just point out to Mike S. Miller real quick that one of them has reached 6 figures, bitch, and it is Doug Tenaple, who just hit $110,000 this morning. 110.
Thanks, backers. Thanks to my backers.
Doug, congratulations.
People have been good to me.
And why don't you spend some of that money on a housekeeper to pick up all the trash behind you?
Well, the cat came in and he moves. He eats all my papers.
What do you have?
And chews on he smells the sable in this Winsor Newton Series 7, those $48 brushes, and starts chewing on the ends. So I got to kick him.
Yeah, my old cat used to do that. Freaking hated it.
Thinking cat, go chew on the cheap horsehair brushes.
Right.
It doesn't do it for him.
Yeah. Well, a sable's a rodent, so.
We've got Critias in here now. Critias, how are you?
I'm doing good. Watching the debate last night, and then I see when Nick Rikita tore a new, a-hole into this guy.
Yeah, that people were surprised by that, but I think they were entertained by it as well. People really like seeing Nick become Dick Masterson and just go off on Jason Youngbluth, who's a pretty I don't know. I mean, I find all SJWs kind of odious. Jason was good enough to show up here and kind of debate, even though his debate was disappointing to me. The things that he had to say disappointed me because it wasn't a lot that it wasn't really about me. It was like, if I was Vox Dei, I think I would be much happier, but I was not Vox Dei.
Vox Dei.
Yeah, that's what he kept talking about. Vox Dei this, Vox Dei that. He kept associating you with Vox Dei.
Yeah, I know. It's fun. And there's a hit. What's really going on with you and Vox Dei? How did he get your phone? All of this weirdness. It's like, well, I feel like if you actually are somebody who's watched my live streams, I think there was even a point where the phone rang and I was like, oh, it's Vox Dei calling right now.
Right.
Like, I'm actually pretty open about the fact that Vox Dei used to call me at least once a week. And he just would mostly want to chat about stuff. He would tell me, Vox Dei would brag about his distribution plan. He would talk to me about how Diamond was the scourge of the comic book industry and that I didn't understand that and I needed to learn that. And I mean, Vox is what else did we talk about? I'd ask him every now and then about Milo Yiannopoulos and certain, personalities in right-wing politics and media. And he'd tell me a couple stories. But I mean, it wasn't like this idea that Vox Dei is somehow involved in ComicsGate. Not really. I mean, he's just over there doing his thing, which he can associate. He can call himself ComicsGate if he wants, but it's quite separate from our thing. Our thing is here, and there's a reason why Vox Dei isn't on ComicsGate Live, even though he has a YouTube channel. We certainly have a bigger audience than he does, and if he was ComicsGate, he would be on this channel. I've also been open with the fact that I love his 2 books about SJWs. I mean, there might be content in there. He's like, there's racist content in there. If there is, I don't remember it. If there is, it's deplorable. But I like those books. I think they're invaluable resources for learning how to deal with your enemies in the middle of a culture war. And I recommend everybody read them. I don't know. A broken clock is right twice a day.
Sorry, it's not. I'm gonna get off because obviously it's gonna get loud in the traffic. But I wanted to say one thing, Ethan, was that the point I was trying to make in the chat is that one of the principles of ComicsGate that we should hammer down is that we reject identity politics, and that's all Vox Dei is about.
Right.
That's interesting. Yeah, good point.
All right, brother. See you later.
Have a fun show.
Thanks.
All right, let me read some of these super chats. Wow, I got a $20 super chat from Black Cap. Thank you, Black Cap. I love Black Cap on Twitter. He's really, really cool. SJWs from personal experience don't attend cons, says Black Cap. That hasn't been my experience.
They attend them to protest.
Yeah.
Or
to assault people. Yeah.
Morning panel in chat. Did someone wash Doug? Asks Midnight Chair TV.
No, I'm dirty as heck this morning. I got to still shower.
Oh yeah.
I'm going homeless. I got my homeless dirty T-shirt on.
Did Mike leave? Mike, you're very noisy. I don't think he's aware that he's still on, so I'm going to boot him.
See you, Mike.
Later, Mike.
He had to pay his cabbie.
Yeah. Completely understand. But we don't need to hear that. Alex G, Lycan645, a pound 99. Thank you. Check out Mr. H reviews video of the new poster. All right, Alex G, $2. Dragon Ball Z is the best superhero media of all time. P Fletch 83, $5. Comic Artist Pro Secrets. Can I get a follow back on Twitter? My handle is @Ridge from Skynet. Okay, sure. Kinpatsu, thanks for 500 yen. Hey Ethan, check out this 3D Cyberfrog I made. You can rotate the model all around and all that cool shiz. I can't send links through Super Chat though. Well, Kin, can you send them to me via Twitter, please? I would love to see that. All Out of Bubblegum, $5. SJWs only believe in one viewpoint. Any other viewpoint is not tolerated. Ben Cooper, $10. I had fun playing Earthworm Jim on Super Nintendo Entertainment System. And Mike Strelitz, £2, says Comicsgate UK in the XL Center. UK miss out. Yeah, Michael asked me to come to the United Kingdom last night. And, I said, yeah, eventually I will. When it becomes more possible for me to travel. Right now, it's not possible for me to travel at all. Can't do it, But anyway, thank you for the super chats. Doug to Naples, Bigfoot Bills is in the description right now. He is at $110,072. People are buying copies of Bigfoot Bill. I hope you guys have bought yours. Brand by Antonio Bryce and Kanan White. Kanan.
Kanan got it on mute because I'm in Walmart. So.
Oh, Kanan is soon to be one of my artists. He is the artist of Brand, and that's at $46,367. Let's buy a couple of copies of those today, guys. If you haven't yet bought Brand, maybe support that comic. You've got Antonio and Kanan, big comic skaters, and they deserve your support. And the book looks awesome.
Yeah.
Looks awesome.
Thank you.
Putting that work in, man. Trust me.
You guys will not be disappointed, I guarantee.
Kanan, how far into the book are you drawing?
We are still we're actually we're at the conceptual stage as far
Yeah,
as
yeah,
like
yeah. That's one thing. Subscribe to Kanan's channel. He's been posting up. He actually designed live on stream what the mark of Cain looks like.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I saw that
Yeah,
one.
yeah, it was so cool, and I was like, yeah, man. And he's designed two of our FBI agents, Vernon and Perry, Mike Hutchison. So there he's doing a lot of that kind of stuff. He asked for a to-do list of things because I was like, man, we're literally building this world up from scratch.
yeah.
And
Kanan, you drew that thing, that mark live. What was that? Because it had like a scumble on the brush. What was that brush that you used for that inking?
It was actually I think it's called the Real G Pen, and it actually adds kind of a textured edge to everything because I wanted to look kind of chaotic and a little bit organic rather than more graphical. So it gave that kind of stressed look.
Yeah,
So,
it looks great.
Thanks,
People
man.
want to know Kanan's YouTube channel. Kanan, can you spell it out for them?
The Art of Kanan White. So it's The Art of Kanan White. My name Caanan. That's it, pretty much.
Yeah. So subscribe to The Art of Kanan, Caanan, White. White. Just like the color. So absolutely subscribe. You'll get a nice insight into Kanan's work process, I assume.
Yep. Usually start from scratch, man. It's and like I said, they'll get a chance, and I try to as much as possible, as much as Antonio will allow. But,
you need to know too much stuff because I'll be like, don't show that yet. I don't want.
He's a harsh taskmaster. All this nice.
Just letting the audience, feel like they're involved with the creative process too. That's why I like kind of like creating this stuff on the fly because they get to actually see, from concept to completion. That's kind of what my channel is about, just really showing, because a lot of times you don't get a chance to see an artist's process. So,
yeah, but given your due date, you got to have a production schedule coming up real quick.
Right.
Yeah, that's why, like I said, that's why I'm saying I took time off work. I'm working now, so.
I love something that Antonio said. Antonio's like, it's gotten to the point now. He's like, I've made like, almost $50,000 on my book. He's like, I feel like when I go to work, I'm losing money.
Yeah.
To be home doing more comics and promoting your comic, of course. Critias's Detective Dead Crimson Moon. Critias, you're I added you to the description. Detective Moon, I'm glad that you changed your video. Thank you for doing that. That was good.
What?
No.
Well, yeah, no offense, Cecil, but I know you worked hard on that video. I'm sorry, Cecil. But anyway, I'm glad because you are now at $17,475. You've made like $3,000 in the past 2-3 days.
Yeah, like 2 days. It was the comment with the Ouija hat. I think that pushed it up.
So guys, if you haven't yet backed Detective Dead, let's get Critias to $20,000 if possible. He's only got 2 days left, so we're gonna have to promote this extra hard this weekend.
Yeah, can I show a page from my thing? It's not even completed, but I think everybody might like it.
Yeah. Let me get you up on the screen. That's
congrats on that, Curtis, man.
I appreciate it, Kenan.
You're doing good, man. That's awesome.
That's smoking. Great work.
Yeah, that's what we see so anarchish.
Yeah.
Was that first panel? Didn't I see Kelsey Shannon do some layout on that? Like some help with how to handle that? Was that?
Oh, that was a double page spread, which I'm getting next week.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Beautiful.
I didn't realize I was in the book until the other day. I look fantastic as always.
That is fantastic. Is that meant to be Cecil?
Yeah. It's supposed to be like old-fashioned Cecil from the 30s.
That's awesome.
Yeah, see? Yeah.
That's an absolute honor. Amazing. Yeah, so obviously the book looks great. Those of you who are able to and can and now's a good chance to do it. Why not back Detective Dead? Link is in the description below. Lone Star by Mike S. Miller. He's headed into it's Lone Star, Heart of the Hero, Mike S. Miller. He's headed into New York City Comic-Con right now. Why not give him a little boost from home, promote, support his comic book. It's at $94,361. There's something about being able to see the numbers that I think makes this more fun. I got to talk to I have a Cyberfrog miniature, and of course nobody can see how many of them sold. So I think that's less fun for people.
I saw that miniature for the first time. I clicked the link, and it looks great.
Oh, thanks. It's
It looks
fun.
great.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about getting, my own. I'm like, I want 10 of them. I'll just have them all around my house, especially in their little box. They have a little. They come in a little box. They showed me all the different sides of the box, and I was like, oh, that's so cool.
Hey, Ethan, would you ever
Yes.
get like a 3 foot 3 inch one, like 3 inch? You know what I'm saying, like a big version of Cyberfrog? Like
Yeah, I would like to. When it comes to action figures, I almost want to just wait and see if I can get like a real deal with a toy company. But if that doesn't happen, yeah, I'll make my own action figures.
cool, dude.
Yeah, in the meantime, just whatever product comes around. If somebody makes neckties and wants to make a Cyberpunk necktie,
It's awesome.
it's my character. I can do whatever I want, and that's the other fun thing about owning your own IP. You do whatever you want.
No doubt.
It's not like working for DC. Ravage Kill All Men, doing great, having a great day today. $46,034. Sold a couple more copies.
Hey.
And everyone's happy to see Ben back. People
Ben's
were worried about Ben.
Thank you, everybody.
Yeah.
Ravage is doing great. Family's doing great, and we have Ravage number 2 we're already written in the can. Going to be started. The art's going to be started right after number 1's done. So we're on track.
Yeah, that is phenomenal. Everyone's excited about this, and again, Ben had to go away for a little while. Ben had thoughts about leaving ComicsGate. I don't blame him. His family was threatened, but he has he's enlisted the law to look into that, and he's come back roaring. I mean, ready to rock and roll. Stand up to these monsters that threatened his family. I know exactly what he's going through. Ravage Kill All Men.
We can't let one creep stop us. You
Yeah,
can't
you're right.
let one creep stop us.
No, not if we can help it. And of course, family first. Let's make sure that everything's okay. But at the end of the day, it's important that Ravage Kill All Men and Cautionary Comics go forward and succeed. $46,034. That is our Ben Hennessy. I'm proud of you.
Thanks, man.
I'm proud of everybody who is donating to this.
And you're not going to the Comic-Con, Ben?
I didn't go to the other one. I was called. So we were at the Orlando event.
I mean, the New York one.
The New York. No, I'm sorry. No. I'm not.
Yeah, I know about the Orlando. I know what happened there.
Yeah, no. Gosh, next time for sure. I can fly up to New York. I'll be in New York in 2 weeks for another thing.
Critias just sold a ton of Detective Dead copies. He's at 17,555 now.
Because they found out I was in it.
Yeah,
right.
I think that was the selling point.
What's your cut? What's your cut of that, Cecil?
I did it pro bono.
For your appearance? Oh, see, that's generous. Look at that. He's helping out.
That's very, very good of you. I would like to put you in Cyberfrog Blood, honey. I think that would be a pretty good thing.
It wouldn't surprise me if he didn't show
All right,
up.
we'll talk money later, Ethan.
That sounds fair. Comic Book Bob says first 2 years were great, third year sucked. Last year was better. We need ComicsGate this year. Well, we're getting it together, guys. We're growing. Everybody wants everything all at once. I think especially the social justice warriors who criticize us are just like, well, what about this? And what about that? All right, let us grow. I think we're growing at a good pace. We're growing naturally. We've only been really doing this since when did Zach start, Jawbreakers? I think that was the birth of ComicsGate becoming an actual brand of product.
Around May.
So I mean, this is still kind of new. You got to give us a minute here.
See, so we gotta put a stretch in, and I'll put you in Bigfoot Bill. Let's do like a 112 stretch, and I'll put you in Bigfoot Bill.
All right.
Is that a deal?
Awesome.
That sounds
Can I
good.
use your likeness pro bono, or do I have to give you a cut?
With you, I'll take some money, I suppose.
Friend rates.
No, I'd be honored, honestly.
Oh, that'd be sweet.
I've got a lot of tweets and emails. I'm all over, believe it or not, John Layman's book. I have a lot of cameos in that one, in the Leviathan.
John Layman is not aware of it, believe it.
And I trust Cecil so much. He's a moderator on my YouTube channel. That's how much I trust him. He comes in with the wrench and hits people over the head with it if they get out of line.
Is that right?
He's a
Yeah, I
wrench.
yell at people if they're not being offensive.
That's right. If they don't insult me enough, he'll kick them. If they're too complimentary, you better watch yourself.
I put people on timeout if they give you a compliment.
Yeah.
Don't encourage me. I got a huge head. I appreciate you. Keep me humble.
Okay, let's see. Oh, we got the Cyberfrog 3D model here. And I'm supposed to let it load, and then I'm going to show you guys in a minute what this looks like. I'll accept this.
Is this the turnaround model?
Yeah. Oh my God, does this look cool? All right. So yeah. All right. Can I blow this up? I can blow it up full screen, and then let me share this. I don't know if you guys are as interested in this as I am, but
I love seeing the 3D, man. That and toy stuff turns me on. I dig it.
Can I just say, somebody wrote something funny in the chat. It said Cecil, heart attack of the hero.
look at this.
Oh, that's awesome. Is that
That's amazing.
Wow, that is smoking 3D model.
Wow.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's a lot
Damn,
of
dude.
work.
Yeah.
He's got the glowing things on his arms and everything.
Oh, he looks
Is there a way to put that
awesome.
on the main screen, Ethan?
On the main screen.
Yeah, so everybody.
Can I blow it up further?
Yeah.
Lock in your
Yeah, that's what I meant.
He's got
I
it
did
locked.
lock
It just it switches off on inside of our room, but out there that's what they're seeing.
Yeah.
it's showing on
Damn, look at that. Wow, that's gorgeous. Thank you so much for making this.
That's nice.
That's awesome.
Look at the shiny metallic green of his fingers and everything. Oh, I'm so impressed with this.
I like how the light sources actually show as you move it. It's like,
Yes.
that's sweet, man. Love that.
You can get a little one of the statues, like a sideshow statue with an LED, the LEDs in it, glow the eyes and glow the all the lights. Be awesome.
Gosh,
It's a lot of detail. I like it.
a lot of detail. It's really, really perfect. Frogbot, I know.
Send that to Sideshow Collectibles. Maybe they'd dig it too.
Yeah, I think. Wow, make a video game already. Let's go. Let's get a good video game. And
That's nuts. Wow.
I'm really, really happy. I'm sorry, guys. I'm goofing off here. Look at his glowing eyes. His neck looks. Oh, look at his neck glistening under here.
That's cool.
It's taint.
His taint, yes, his crotch. I disagree with his butt. Oh, by the way, his butt should be green, and he doesn't have butt cheeks. He's got frog ass, which means he's just got this. It comes down in a triangle, and you know what I mean. Like frogs don't have butt cheeks. They kind of it comes to a point back here.
They don't have buns.
Yeah, that's kind of what we're missing here. That's
Like
the problem.
like a cone head.
Yeah.
No ass.
Oh, did he reflect a bee or a wasp in the top of the shoulder? It looks like there's
I
something
didn't notice
reflected in the
that.
top.
Oh yeah.
On the
What
back.
is that?
It looks, whatever that color is, looks like a wasp coming in or something.
Yeah, what is that?
Something's going on back there.
Man, is that cool. I think it's New York City. I think it's wait a second. I think it's a building. I think these are skyscrapers or something. I don't know what to say. I'm stunned. I'm honored. I'm very, very happy. And thank you. Seriously, thank you so very, very much for producing this. It almost brings me to tears. It's amazing to see my character that I love so much come to life like this. And yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do with this. I want to save it forever. I don't know how to save it.
Don't go all Mike Miller on us, Ethan.
I'm gonna start to cry.
He's cracking up. He's cracking up.
Cry.
Get a tissue.
Oh my gosh, what a great day. This is going to be a great day. I'm getting some new I didn't tell some of the new people in the chat, but I'm going to leave in a little bit. We're going to go get some new baseball caps that look like my camouflage cap that I wore in the debate, but they're going to, because they look good on my head. But people don't like the camo. So I'm going to have to get some different stuff. All right, let me get rid of that. That's fantastic. Thank you so much again. I'm really happy. That and my new upcoming baseball caps have made my day glorious. Let me look and see how everyone is doing here. Thank you, Ben. That was a different Ben who made that. Thank you. Have I thanked enough? I mean, I hope you get the point that I'm really pleased. Bigfoot Bill is up to $110,107 now. We're cruising towards that 11111.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
That's what we need to see. Bigfoot Bill is one of my favorite projects that we're doing. I'm very happy with it. I'm honored that Doug TenNapel joined us. And
hey, the pleasure's all mine, man. You've been very good to me. The ComicsGate has been very good to me. I'm the most blessed man. I'm really it put a fire under me that really needed to be lit. It was very encouraging. Just from a
I love everybody in ComicsGate, except for Mike S. Miller. I love everyone in ComicsGate.
You're only saying that because he left.
I know. I love Mike. I'm just kidding. Yeah. But, I really do. Everyone is so great. And you guys are good brothers and our sisters. We have a few, great people. I love the fans. These subscribers are wonderful. They're also my brothers and sisters. You guys are terrific. Thank you so much for your support, for making Ravage Kill All Men hit $46,000 today. 63.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Lone Star Heart of the Hero. Did we sell any of those? Let me check on this. No, we didn't sell any more Lone Star, but it's doing pretty well. $94,389. Detective Dead seems to be the big winner today. Detective Dead. Wow. $17,655.
Oh, wow.
Heading up towards that 18 that we want to see. Brand is not selling so many copies today. I don't know. Did I promote Brand hard enough? It seems like maybe everyone already bought it. 46,000.
Yeah, a lot of people forget we've got over 1,500 backers.
Wow.
So
amazing.
And when I got into Ikari, it was languishing down at 1,200. Critias was languishing down at I don't even know how much. So just to show the power of ComicsGate, all those numbers are from the support of this community. So
there is
you got to compare from where they came from, not where they're at.
Hey, Ben, there's a question here. Shane Zielinski would like to know how to select a t-shirt size for Ravage Kill All Men on Indiegogo.
There was 2 emails that were sent by Danny at cautionarycomics.com. If you want to look in your and just reply back to that email. If not, we will send out another email next week. The shirts don't come for another 30 days, 45 days. We're wrapping up the of course, all the art. We're going to get the shipping, and then we're getting the coins and the t-shirts shipped at the same time. But look out for that email. You should have one in your inbox.
So I hope that answers your question, and I hope you're able to back Kill All Men. All right, let me read the rest of these super chats here. SeedFan85, SJW showed up at March for Men in Melbourne, Australia, shouting "No Trump, no KKK, no fascist MRA."
Wrong country. Wrong country.
Wrong country.
The MRAs are men's rights activists. I think they're funny. I feel like joining them just to be one, but I'm all for men's rights. Junior Ruiz said, back Gusto Early to Rise on Indiegogo. Please do check out Gusto Early to Rise. Days of Clarity, You Machine. How many hours of live stream in a row? Let's see. I did 3 hours for the debate. Then I did my own live stream follow-up, which was an hour long. And then I did this one, which has been about 2 hours. So that's a lot. But I'm making up. I'm making up for lost time. I feel like I haven't done very much content in the last week.
Hey, guys, I'm out of here. I got to get my vehicle. So thanks for the welcome.
Take it easy.
Talk to you guys later.
Later, Kanan.
Take it easy.
All right, Kanan. Be good.
I think Rakita kind of pulled a Willy Wonka at the end of that show last night. Where he's like, you lose. You get nothing. Good.
I was surprised. I felt like that's just how he wanted to end that. It's like I was thinking, should I break this up? Should I stop him and let this guy finish his ending statement? Because I think that's what Jason was trying to do. He had a final statement, and then Nick just lost it. Like Nick was like, "I'm not going to allow you to do this anymore." Saying the FA-double-G word over and over again. He warned you, and now he was just like, look, I don't want my stream demonetized. I don't want my channel demonetized. Get the F out of here. And I just kind of went, what's my obligation here? I guess none. I guess I just sit back. It's his channel. If this were happening on my channel, I would certainly have probably said, hey, Nick, chill and let him finish up. But it's not my channel. So Nick can conduct his channel the way that he wants. And that's how he wanted to end this stream, which I thought was funny and probably got him a lot of attention. And It's definitely rewatchable. If you watching the debate, if you want to just fast forward to the end of it, fast forward. It's like VCR. But if you want to just skip to the end of it, it's hilarious. It is funny. Tomb says, "Damn, Ethan, you've got quite the line of cosplayers forming to get a piece of you." LMAO. Well, everybody wants a piece of me.
Hold on 1 second. I got to bring this up. I got to show the thumbnail of Ethan Van Sciver on the debate right here.
Really?
Can you see that?
Looks handsome.
What is this?
Look at that guy.
Oh yeah, look at that. I saw that and was like, is that what I look like? I mean, I guess.
Yeah, that's you.
You're like, yeah, that's you.
This isn't even this is an actual live shot from the debate. That's not even a drawing. Look at that.
Like the Joker. Oh my god.
Yeah, I was I wasn't unhappy with that. I thought that was okay.
It's flattering. I like it.
Yeah. It's definitely well, listen, I've seen worse. You know what I mean? It's so whatever. Let's see. I heard your boy Zach threw an ice cube at somebody in a bar 35 years ago. Luckily, you and Cecil investigated these charges and kicked that dick out, says Jedi Knight and friend to Captain Sola. Kinpatsu 200 yen. Ethan, check your Twitter. 3D Cyberfrog sent. We saw it. It's awesome. Thank you again, Kinpatsu. Aaron Cook, more patient than I thought debating that dude. Respect. Well, look, here's the thing about it. You don't take that kind of a thing personally. I'm here to, when you're in a debate like that, I'm here to create entertaining content for Nick's channel, but more so, I'm here to represent myself well and to represent ComicsGate as well as I can. Because I don't want to embarrass. What if I say something stupid and then, suddenly Doug can't be associated with ComicsGate anymore, and even Cecil leaves.
Boy, what would it take for Cecil to leave? What could you possibly?
I don't want to know.
What's the offensive thing that can be done?
Singing.
Yeah.
Back when we were singing.
Gunfire.
have to represent us well. I represented Antonio. I was representing Nasser to a lesser extent, representing Critias. These are. It's important that I conduct myself well. So I did need to be patient. I hope I did okay, and I hope you guys are proud of the way I stuck up for ComicsGate.
Yeah.
People are saying in the chat that drawing of you looks like an elderly Beavis from Beavis and Butthead.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's not too far off the mark. I think I looked like Beavis growing up. So
I think you and Doug together look like middle-aged Beavis and Butthead.
Oh,
that's interesting.
It's pretty accurate.
We grew up. We became successful comic book artists. So that was a happy.
Amazing.
So where's Smugless?
He hasn't shown up.
You can't do that. You can't do. Cecil has to. I mean, Smugless just shows up when Smugless shows up, and he doesn't become Smugless. He just is Smugless.
Smugless is activated when Doug's smug levels go to a certain point, and I can't take it anymore. And
Cartesian philosophy. So.
Ethan, people are still wondering if you're gonna put back up that Smugless stream.
I can't.
I like it being a lost episode too. That's mysterious.
It's kind of funny that it is a lost episode.
Yeah.
I had Nasser
one of the funniest episodes you've ever done, where we were crying, laughing.
So funny.
Has vanished. So you better show up live, guys, or you're gonna miss it.
Yeah. Mark C says, remember our super secret meeting for next week is at my place. We will discuss our plans of bigotry. Milk and cookies for everyone will be provided. Delicious bigotry. Stephen 4X, £5. We love you, Uncle Ethan and Fabio. There is always Fabio. Yeah, I wish they stopped. They started to notice Fabio music and demonetize my streams where I play Fabio, and they didn't used to do that. So I don't, I resent that. Warren JB, £2. You did good, Caesar. Thank you, Warren JB. Narwhal Books, $2. Lots of funny lore in ComicsGate. I know. There's so many good characters in ComicsGate, so many great people with big hearts and huge talent. And anyone who hates on ComicsGate is a jackass. I'll just say that right out.
Agreed.
Anyone who's out there saying bad things about us is an asshole.
And they've never watched the show. They're willfully ignorant.
100%.
Never watched.
Well, maybe they watched one of Doug's episodes.
That makes sense.
Maybe I'm the one pulling it all down. From the
yes. All right, before we go, I just want to say Detective Dead Crimson Moon is now at $17,690. Thank you for your support.
Thanks, everybody.
Yeah, we sold a few copies there, and Ravage Kill All Men also sold a few more copies. $46,107.
Thank you, everyone.
Congrats to Ben. Guys, support Brand, Antonio, Bryce, and Kanan White. By the way, I love all of the artists of ComicsGate, but I will say Kanan is probably the closest to the way that I wish I drew. And Kanan is a fantastic artist. I admire him a lot. Excited about hiring him to do something for me. Make sure that you get his first big project over at ComicsGate. Back Brand by Antonio Bryce and Kanan White. And by the way, Antonio Bryce, of course, my traditional co-host of the morning show, my buddy, and you want to support him without question. All right, so Lone Star as well. Back Bigfoot Bill. Back Detective Dead some more, even though that you've already done quite a bit of that today. And you guys have a wonderful Saturday. I'll be back tonight. I'm going to do another live stream tonight. I just feel like it. I feel pretty good about.
I have a quick question before you go. I don't mean it. What are the chances you're going to drive up to New York tomorrow?
I don't want to, Cecil. Andrea said if you want to, you can do it. I don't want to leave her at home. You know what? We'll go off. We'll sign off. Everybody stay on board, and I'll tell you guys a couple things that will kind of put things into clarity for you. All right, everyone. Love you all, and we will see you again soon, probably tonight. Adios.
See you, everybody.